And what is yet another example of the far right's conspiracy theories coming back to bite them in the face? A MAGA rioter has accused one of their own of being a crisis actor, and worse, this person is not alive to defend herself. At least that's according to reality, but according to this guy, she was never alive. So NBC News' Ryan Riley reports that convicted MAGA rioter Alan Hostetter had repeated many different conspiracy theories during his sentencing to over a decade in prison for, get this, bringing a hatchet to the Capitol riots. So now he appears to be doing a hatchet job on right-wing hero based on the Fedception conspiracy. So now, look, that's the idea that January 6th was a setup by the federal government to make Trump supporters look bad, to make Trump look bad. But this guy went further and claimed that Ashli Babbitt, who was shot by a police officer, was actually not shot by a police officer, but was a crisis actor and therefore was not really dead. Huh. Now, of course, that kind of rubbed a certain person the wrong way, which would be Ashli Babbitt's mother, Mickey Widoff, who was in attendance. After Hostetter was sentenced, there was a confrontation between the two. Here's how that went. Widoff said, quote, "I assure you, she is dead. What is it you're trying to say?" His response was she cremated? Her response was, "You need help." Couldn't agree more. Now, look, none of this actually surprises me about the far right coming up with conspiracy theories, throwing each other under the bus. I mean, look, after Sandy Hook, nothing surprises me, okay, when it comes to calling people crisis actors. Look, they treated the parents of dead children as like, you're lying, your child was never alive, you're just faking it, you want to take our guns. Nothing shocks me anymore after this, okay? I mean, the fact that we haven't done anything, and there's been many more mass shootings at schools, dead children piled up in classrooms while Uvalde police officers, for example, wait outside. No, nothing shocks me, and nothing should shock you. But in these, especially Sandy Hook, remember, you had people out there calling those dead children crisis actors, mocking their parents. Alice Jones made millions of dollars off this. He inspired people to go out and stalk those families, to threaten them, to claim that their children never existed when they went through what is probably one of the worst traumas that you could go through, losing a child. It's sickening. It's sickening. And the right wing is full of these people, and they continue to encourage it. Look, I don't know if like some people are dragged into these, fall into these conspiracy theories because they can't really come to grips with how bad the reality is, that something so horrible could actually happen in our world. So they have to come up with this alternative explanation like, oh no, there's no possible way that 20 children could be murdered in their classroom. If it can happen to them, it can happen to anybody. That's why my brain has decided to come up and to go to this conspiracy where it didn't actually happen, because nothing that horrible could actually happen in a just world, right? So no, it must be a way just to take our guns and to make us defenseless against the government. That's right, false flag, yes. And not only that, but look, it also could be their own love affair with guns, which allows these things to happen more easily. And so, they got to try to figure out a way to avoid that complicity in the policies that they vote for and believe in, which are causing these horrible things to happen or are part of a cause. I don't really know, okay? But that said, I guess the cause or why they believe these things, it matters less than the results of these things, okay? And it also matters less than who's trying to spread this on a wide basis. And that, of course, is names in right-wing media. That's what they're doing. They're giving home to and amplifying these conspiracy theories and getting more people to believe in this stuff. I mean, for this one, for Fedception, again, you had a lot of people talking about this, claiming that it was the federal government, that it's Antifa, the FBI, all working together. FBI run by a Republican. Okay. But one of the big ones was Tucker Carlson, who had the highest rated show on Fox News. He did a literal special claiming that January 6th was a government psyop. Then, of course, you have MAGA Mike Johnson, who's Speaker of the House now, releasing edited videos from January 6th to try to prove, oh no, it was just you were just tourists, you see. I don't know why you're maligning these people, going after them and charging them. This wasn't a riot at all. No, not at all. Not an insurrection. No. And then, of course, now you have Vivek Ramaswamy, who is running for, for the Republican nomination, literally calling it an inside job. Oh, no, yeah, January 6th, inside job. Now, to be fair, he's partially right. What do I mean by that? Well, at the time, who was in the White House? Donald Trump. Donald Trump was still president. And what has he been doing? What did he do the whole time leading up to the election and then afterwards? It's rigged. The election's rigged. It's been stolen. It's going to be stolen from us. That's what happens if I lose. Then it's going to be stolen by the deep state, Joe Biden, China. So he was spreading the big lie the whole time. So I guess, inside job. Yeah, inside the Trump White House. The call was coming from inside the house, the White House. But look, as I said, when it comes to the Fedception, conspiracy theories, along with these crisis actors, it's part of a way to shift the blame. Obviously, you can't ever take any responsibility for their actions. The far right. No, it's always got to be someone else. It's someone else. It's someone else. The deep state, the government, crisis actors, the Jews. Yes, I'm surprised that someone prominent hasn't come out and said, well, it's their fault. Yes, it must be.
Jewish space lasers.
Yes. It's coming, if it's not already here and I haven't seen it. It's never their fault. It's always someone else. Always someone else to blame. No, in reality, here's the thing. This is a great example of the leopards coming to eat yet another of their side's face and them not seeing it happen. Well, I never thought leopards would eat my face. Well, I'm sorry, Ashli Babbitt's mom, but that seems to be exactly what's going on.